Welcome, everybody, to game number 2 in this doubleheader today between the Bluefield University Rams and the Point University Skyhawks. Ethan Stinson flying solo. Jackson Bast is on assignment, getting ready at 7 o'clock to call men's volleyball. Make sure you tune into that one at 5 o'clock, rather. Time correction there. So 5 o'clock, men's volleyball will be on. And we're starting with the top of the first inning. Just to recap for you real quick, Rams fall in the first game to Point. I believe that was a 9-2 loss that the Rams had encountered. And now coming up, top of the first inning. We are ready to go. It is underway here. Ball's in, coming down. Game number 2 ready to ensue here at Graham Recreational Park at the foothills of East River Mountain. Foster up first to bat. Coming forward with a ball. 1-0 the count. Williams is at the circle today. And a little bit outside for ball number 2. 2-0, top of the first inning. No scores as of yet. Very early in this second game getting underway. Here's a pitch from Williams. And a strike down the middle, bringing it to a 2-1 count. Here comes a pitch from Williams and knocked foul to the third base line and the hill. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Foster in the left-handed batter's box. A righty-lefty matchup for Williams. Here comes the 2-1, or the 2-2 rather. And that one's going to be strike 3, and the batter is out. That's a strikeout while looking. So with one batter struck out while looking, we got now Riley coming up as designated player. Here's a pitch. Right down the middle, breaking ball, strike 1. 1 out on the board. It is the top of the first inning. Wind picking up here, some unpromising clouds to our west as the next ball comes in. And a catch from the shortstop. The shortstop in Hicks grabbing the ball with Riley now the second straight out. Liner now coming up. She's center fielder for this Point University team. Here comes. Right down the middle, strike. Williams now finding her rhythm as the pitching game in the last game needed a little bit of improvement. And a swing, swung on, outfield. And she makes it safe to first on a base hit single. Asia Jones now coming up, who plays it. We apologize for the wind here, folks. And it's outside for ball 1. Asia Jones up to bat for Point University. There's 2 outs on the board. Top of the first, no score. Grounder out to short, throws to first, and an out. With 3 outs, 3 up, and well, not quite 3 up, 3 down as Liner made it to the base. But with the side retired, we'll be back in a little bit for the bottom of the first inning, where the game remains scoreless. Welcome back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Caitlin Giles making her debut on the mound for today in this second game, where we had a few changes in pitching personnel in the first game, trying to pick out the pitchers. We are now getting set for the bottom of the first inning of play as a shortstop in Hicks coming up to bat. Coming up to the right-handed batter's box, she taps the plate, gets in stance. Giles comes forward, swung on, foul. And with a foul ball, it brings a count to no balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the first inning, the game remains scoreless, an 0-1 count. No outs. Bluefield looking to redeem themselves after a 9-2 loss to Point, as that is a popper coming out, and it's caught. Caught by the second baseman. The second baseman in Jones, or check that, Wyatt. Santana up, and it's knocked foul. One out on the board. 0-1 is the count. Santana up to bat for the Rams. She throws it and swung on. Grounder, but it's called foul. She is out, according to the umpire. So that's right now 2 straight outs, and this is the third batter in Christina Sanchez, the catcher for Bluefield. Giles pivots, throws, and a strike down the middle. It's 0-1 for the count, 2 outs on the board. No score, bottom of the first inning. Bluefield is up to bat, and Sanchez is in the box. Here comes the next one. Swung foul. Past the third base line and almost hitting the roof of the barn. 2 outs, down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes off of the fouls. Giles dusting the ball, trying to cook something up, and a swing and a miss. We'll check that. Let's check swing, hold up for. That brings the count to 1-2 and another shot at it. Sanchez is in stance. Giles assumes position. And another foul ball past the third base line, this time going to Little League Lane. Coming back to the circle, Giles dusts it, clasps it, and comes forward with it. Sanchez, fly ball, right field, and out. Three up and 3 down, as the center fielder caught that one. So when we come back in about a little bit, we will have the top of the second inning here for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the game remains scoreless. Top of the second inning coming up here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. The game remains scoreless. Wyatt is now up to bat. Swung on over the glove and thrown in for a base hit. Wyatt getting on base off of the single. We now have a runner on first. Game remains scoreless very early on in the second inning. First baseman in Knight coming up. Here's the dish. And straight down Main for strike one. Williams dusts it. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on center field and not grabbed. It's out. Correction, that was not out. But still a double. Double for Knight as she goes to second. Wyatt goes to third. It's hard to see sometimes on that back, in the back field out there, if something goes out or not. Chelsea Parker, the catcher, is now going to be coming up to bat in the right-handed box. Williams delivers on the doorstep. Strike one. No balls, one strike, no score. Runner on second and third. Swung, but foul into the what seems to be going into no man's land. Down in the count. No balls, two strikes, no outs. Game is scoreless. Top of the second inning. Williams at the circle. Williams throws. Grounder. Short. Throws. But is safe. And with that, Wyatt comes home. An RBI awarded to Parker. And Knight stays at second. So there's a runner on first and a runner on second. Up next, Piltner. Swung foul. Hitting the dugout fence in the process.
Now batting Megan Piltner.
And a high fly ball center field. Is it going to be caught? And it does not get caught. It is out. Going under those cars. 3 RBIs coming in for Piltner. Piltner with a 3 RBI homer, including herself. That brings a score early on in the second inning, 4-0. In favor of the Point University Skyhawks. Bluefield really needing to find their rhythm here early. Coming up next, we have Barnes playing the right field, coming into the left-handed box.
Right fielder Mackenzie Barnes.
Williams delivers. Too low for ball number 1. No outs, 4-0 is your score. Point is in the lead. Here's the windup. And too low again for ball number 2. No runners on base as the bases have been cleaned off from a 3 RBI homer from Piltner. Here's the next one. That one's a ball. Going all the way, shifting to the right-handed box. That's now 3 balls, no strikes, and no outs. 4-0 Point. Here's the 3-0. And ball 4 as Barnes takes her base. First base on balls of the afternoon. Turn your cards over because Foster is now up. Grounder. Second, throws to first, and is safe. However, an out at second on a fielder's choice. However,
Now batting, Gabrielle Riley.
fielder's choice for Barnes. Foster makes it to first as that one pops foul. Well, nope. They ruled a fair ball. That's a double. Abigail Riley on a double. That puts Foster at third, Riley at second. 4-0 is your score as Liner comes up in the right-handed box. The score again, 4-0 point. One out on the board off of a fielder's choice. Here comes a pitch. And that one sails out shallow field, but that does bring in Foster. An RBI single awarded for Liner. And that puts Riley on third, in position to potentially score another one. Here comes the next at bat, and a foul tip. Brings it to no balls, one strike. As the wind is ferociously just coming in our direction. And swung on. And another runner comes in Riley. One RBI on the day for Jones. An RBI single puts Liner at second, Jones at first, occupying first and second. A mound visit in store for Williams, as now the game early in the second inning already. The Point University Skyhawks up by 6, with the Rams yet to get a point on the board, or rather a run. No run on the board yet for the Bluefield Rams. Last time they scored was in the last game in the bottom, I think, of the 6th inning. Wyatt up to bat. Swung on, fair ball, down third base line, and another runner comes in home. And they're in a pickle. A rundown, and is tagged out. On that rundown showdown between second and third, a run still scores. However, 2 outs are now on the board. One RBI nonetheless for Wyatt. RBI single, as now she's the only base occupant. Apparently we have a pitching substitution, as the umpire just now has notified us 9 will be coming in for 11. And that means that Hannah Taylor is going to be taking over and relieving the pitching duties of Williams this afternoon. So with that, she'll get her practice pitches in, and we'll be back in just a few moments for the resuming of the top of the second inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's top of the second inning, 7-0 early on in the second inning here at Graham Rec Park, where Point University is having the advantage. And like we said before, Bluefield changing its pitcher early on in the contest. Relief pitcher coming in for Williams, who's only pitched in this contest 1 2/3 of an inning. Taylor is relieving her duties.
Now playing third base for the Rams, Caitlin Gable.
Caitlin Gable now substituting in for the Rams.
Taylor Knight.
Gable subs in at third base. And Knight now coming up. Here comes the first dish from Taylor as that ball is high. 7-0 Point, top of the second inning, 2 outs. Here comes the 1-0 from Taylor. Here comes delivery. Not quite at the doorstep. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs on the board. We got an occupant on first base. As that one is also too high for ball 3. It's hitting the center, but it's a little bit high vertically. 2 outs. Runner on first, 7-0 Point. Here's the dish. And a strike down Main, finally getting a little lower on there. It now comes to the count of 3-1. 2 outs, 7-0 Point, top of the second. Here comes Taylor again. Swung on center field and grabbed. And with that grab by the center fielder caught that one in Santana. There we go. I just had to look at my notes. Santana with the grab. So with that, we will now go into the bottom of the second inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where your score, 0.7, Bluefield 0. Bottom of the second, getting ready to ensue here at Graham Recreational Park. Giles is still at the circle, pitching a very good inning with a 3-up, 3-down situation in Hicks, Santana, and Sanchez respectively. Here it comes. Kenzie Lambert. It was bobbled off the glove, and a safe call. That is going to be ruled a base hit despite it ricocheting off the glove of Giles. Kenzie Lambert getting a first base single on the day. Coming up next, Macy Martin.
Now batting, Caitlin Gable.
Correction, Martin's substitute, Caitlin Gable, is now up to bat for the Rams in a bunting formation. Bunts it foul. No outs on the board. No balls, 1 strike after a foul after a foul bunt. I'm tripping over my words. Hey, foul bunt. All right. No balls, 1 strike, no outs, 7-0 Point. Caitlin Gable now is in stance. That's a little close for the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, bottom of the second. It's 7-0 Point. Gable assumes position. Giles throws. And trying to get Kenzie Lambert off first base, but Still safe, as that is now a 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gable makes her way back into the box, resituates herself, and swung on. Right field. Looks like a base hit. Another single for Gable. Puts Lambert at second, Gable at first. Still bottom of the second inning, 7-0 Point. No outs. Up next is Bailey, Peanut Bailey. Wipes the ball off. Giles winds it up. And a grounder. Second, throws to first and is safe. Bases are now loaded off of a few good base hit. Second baseman got her out, rather. We now got a runner at first and third. Coming up next, Brooke Rowe has a swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Brooke Rowe, the designated player. My apologies, as Gable got out at second. 1 out on the board, 0-1, getting ready to come up. And that one's going to be foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on the board. 7-0 is the score. Point is in the lead. Comes the 0-1. High fly ball is going to be caught, and it's caught in by the center fielder, and a run home. A run home goes in Bluefield's favor. Lambert comes home. Rowe is a sacrifice to bring Lambert home. So a sacrifice does not count as an at-bat, so technically not a RBI. Here comes the next one. Grounder, third, throwing out to first, and an out. And that was Williams up to bat. So with that, off of that 5-3 play, 3 outs on the board. With your score now, Rams get their first run. Score, though, is still .7, Rams 1. We'll be going to the top of the third inning momentarily here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Chelsea Parker coming in for Point as the top of the third inning getting ready to come underway. The score is now 7-1 in favor of Point. Just a friendly reminder that Taylor, who actually was last at bat, is now on the circle as that one's high for ball 1. So my apologies, as she was the last at bat. Taylor dishes, and it's going to be a foul ball across the first base line. Evens up the count at 1-1. 7-1 your score. Point in the lead. Bluefield trails by 6 as the top of the third inning. Taylor comes up with it and hits batsman. off of the leg. So off of that hits batsman call, Parker goes forward to first base. Occupant on first after a hits batsman. Pildner now up to bat. Here it comes. Grounder. Caught! And one out now on the board. After second baseman got her out. Barnes now up to bat. Parker still on first. It's top of the third, one out, 7-1 your score. Pildner on first, occupying. Barnes up to bat in the left-handed box, a righty-lefty for the pitcher. Bunt. Pitcher throws to first, and an out. Out number 2. Great 1-3. Turn over your cards, because now the top of the lineup coming back. Foster, who plays at left field, now is going to be at her second at-bat in the top of the third, as that one's a strike down the middle. Seven to 1. Point. Here comes the 0-1. And that's going to be a ball veering off to the left-hand side. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the third. 7-1 point. Here it comes. Grounder. It's popped out, and it looks like we may get another run in. Sanchez, though, gets a stop there. The ball traveling very quickly. Foster on a single off of an error, as the official scorer has deemed. We got an occupant on first and third now. And a ball to the inside. Riley, the designated player, coming now for a point. Here comes the next one. And overthrown. Base stolen. Foster makes it over to second off of a stolen base. And another run also coming in. Coach Allen conferring with the umpire here. Counts 1-0. Score for point improves 8-1. Two outs on the board. Looks like there may be some substitutions. As we wait and see what those substitutions are in this little bit of a timeout. We'll be back, and we will resume the top of the third here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Sorry for not coming on sooner, as that one goes 2-0 with 2 outs. We had a little bit of substitutions here in some of the personnel as Macy Martin is re-entered at third base. Here comes the dish. Three balls and 1 strike is the count. 2 outs on the board. Top of the third. Here comes the pitch. And a strike. Bringing it now to a big-time full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Also should be noteworthy that Hicks coming in at catcher. Here comes a pitch. And ball 4. Taking the base. Riley is taking her base. Liner now coming into the line up. Sorry for the pun. Coming back into the circle. Taylor throws. Wild pitch. And everybody advances a base because of that. Riley at second, Foster at third. Liner at bat. But Foster's looking to come home off of a crack at the bat. Here we go. And whoops. That's going to be a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 8-1 point. 3 at the top of the third. Taylor clasps, throws, and is high. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. 8-1 is your score. Point. And clean down the middle for strike number 2. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 8-1 is your score. Point University is in the lead. Bluefield trying to get a lead. Top of the third. Taylor throws. Outside. Ball 3. Two outs. Full count. 8-1 point. Top of the third. Runners on second and third. And that's another foul ball. 8-1 is your score. Count runs full on all fronts. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Swung, but foul. Liner at bat. Keep getting the foul balls. The count remains full. Swung on. Short, drops it. Throws to first and is safe. And it brings Foster home. With the 2 outs, Liner makes to first. Riley gets out. We got runners on first and second. As that one sails out for ball 1. 9-1 is your score after a run coming in from Foster. Jones up to bat, high and out. Ball 2. 2 outs, 9-1 is the score in the top of the third. Taylor clasps the hands, brings it back, comes forward, and inside for ball number 3. Up in the count now, 3-0, 2 outs, Top of the third, runner on first and second. It's a 9-1 ball game. Point is in the lead by 8. Here we go. And a wild pitch. As the bat was disoriented there, Hicks could not get a handle on the ball, and that loads up the bases off of the wild pitch, which the scorer tells me that was a ball 4, and a showdown getting ready to ensue as the pitcher comes back to pick up the ball. Bases are loaded on all sorts of fronts. Wyatt is tasked with something huge here for Point to get an even greater lead. And it's swung on, not caught. And another run comes in. Safe. As that run did score, according to the umpire's call. So off of that grounder play, a mound visit to ensue, or as we probably would call in softball, a circle visit to ensue here, as now the Point University Skyhawks are up 10-1 at the top of the third inning. 2 outs on the board. Knight coming up to bat now for the Skyhawks. Runners on second and third. Crack of the bat, but it's foul. Going down into limbo, the abyss for strike number 1. Skyhawks lead by 10 in the third inning. And down the middle for strike number 1. Or rather, strike number 2, as that other one was foul. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Point is up by 10, top of the third. Here comes the next one. Outside. Ball 1. They have very creative chants out here. Wish we could hear more of them in more sports. As the grounder, pitcher throws to first on a 1-3, and that's out number 3 as Knight gets out. So when we do come back, we will have the bottom of the third inning for you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network with a score 11-1 in favor of the Point University Skyhawks. Bottom of the third inning, Haley Cox, who made a little bit of a circle appearance in the first game, now coming up for her chance at bat. Rams are down by 10 in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Blankenship is eagerly awaiting on deck, though. Here comes the next pitch. Down in the dirt. Ball 1. Top of the third, 11-1 your score. Point in the lead. Giles for the 1-1. High for ball number 2. Giles winds it up, throws, swing and a miss. Evens it up, 2-2. Rams trail by 10. Bottom of the third inning, it's 11-1. Here comes Giles with the next pitch, and a foul tipper coming at the backstop. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs is what the count remains. 11-1 is your score. Point. Here comes the next one. Another foul tip. Count remains at 2-2. It's the bottom of the third inning here. Rams are at bat. And Cox is the batter up. Here comes the next one. Grounder. Second. Throws to first, and it's an out. Off of the 4-3 play. Blankenship. Blankenship now coming up to bat. Correction, Chloe Hicks in the batter's box. Swung on, third base line, it's fair. Looks like it's going to be a base hit, double for Chloe Hicks. You like it when it goes out in that corner and almost hits the foul pole. 1 out on the board. Occupant on second base in Hicks is Santana, the center fielder, coming up to bat for Bluefield. Giles wipes the ball off, winds it up, throws. Grounder out to the outfield. Left field tries to throw in, but is not going to get in time. Single for Santana. Base hit. Santana at first, Hicks at third. Looks like we're going to have a change in pitching personnel for the Point University Skyhawks. After 3 1/3 inning, Giles will no longer be pitching. Number 6 is coming in as the pitcher to relieve Giles of her duties. And that is going to be, let me look at my roster here, Ashlyn Ham, who made her appearance in the first game as a relief pitcher.
Number 6, Ashlyn Ham.
Ashlyn Ham made a little bit of good progress for Point in the first game as she comes back in for the second as the relief pitcher. This comes after 3 1/3 being pitched by Giles. 11-1 is the score, 1 out on the board. Batter up is what the umpire's saying. So just to recap here, we got an occupant at first in Santana and an occupant in third in Hicks as Sanchez is coming up to bat. Coming up to the right-handed box. Here comes the fast pitch. And Santana Steals second. Now we got Santana at second off the steal. Hicks at third. Here comes the next pitch, and it's going to be foul, but caught by the catcher. With that, Sanchez gets the second out. Coming up next to bat, Kenzie Lambert, Tazewell County native. Also plays at first base. She gets set, assumes position. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a strike for 0-1 for Ham. Ham brings it in. Breaking ball. Too high. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs on the board. Bluefield trails by 10, and they're at bat to rectify it as we got a runner on second and third. Big swing and a miss, changing it up from fast to slow. Some chicanery going on here from Ham, the pitcher. As now the count is down 1-2. Here we go. And the pitch sort of gets lopsided in the dirt. Makes the deuces wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 11-1 is your score, point in the lead. Making her way back into the circle is Ham. She clasps, she throws, and Kenzie Lambert gets another foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's bottom of the third inning. 11-1 is your score, point. Currently in the lead. Here comes the next dish, and high for ball number 3. Count runs full. Lambert's tasked with something big here. She could bring another runner home, keep it alive for the third inning, or we'll go to the top of the fourth and Point will have another chance at bat as that one rolls in the dirt. Mishandled by Ham. And with that, a base on balls for Lambert. Loads up the bases. Macy Martin coming in now. Macy Martin with an even bigger task. There's 2 outs on the board. Bluefield's down by 10. Bottom of the third inning. She has to bring somebody home. Maybe a grand slam. Who knows? Let's see. And a big swing and a miss. Brings the count to 0-1. Two outs on the board. Bluefield down by 10, but looking to score here. It's a tense moment here. Macy Martin up to bat. Here comes the next one. Grounder. Second, throws to first, and an out. So that run did not score, unfortunately, as she got out at first base, that being Macy Martin. So, when we come back, we'll have top of the fourth inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score is .11, Bluefield 1. Welcome back. It's the top of the fourth inning. Another change in the lineup for this one. Coming in for Parker is Allie Davis, number 25, as she heads off the top of the 4th inning. As the fielders break up, high-five each other, and go out to their respective posts. Game is getting ready to resume here at Graham Recreational Park. The wind ever so ebbing and flowing today. Here we go at the pitch. And it's swung on. Caught, not caught. It almost was going to be a catch. And it's going to be an error on the right fielder. That right fielder being Blankenship. So off of the error that Davis is on second, Pildner up to bat now. Very tough to, I always have to rely on the official scorer over here to keep me in check with these errors and hits. Props to Bob Red for doing a good job today. As that crack of the bat goes foul to the third base line. Goes 0-1. Top of the 4th inning. Point is up to bat, and they are up by 10. As off of the error on Blankenship, we have a runner on second in Davis, who subbed in for Parker. Pildner up to bat now. Here comes a dish, and yet another foul ball. Hope the ball did not hit anybody, as that was close to the fence there. No balls, 2 strikes is your count. Taylor on the mound, or rather at the circle. And play resumes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pildner gets in stance, assumes position. Taylor comes forward. And a catch. Right into the glove of the shortstop in Sanchez. Sanchez playing it short. One out on the board. And the umpire just announces that 16 is coming in for 12. Number 16 coming in for 12, and that is Savannah Bryant. And she advances to first base. Off of a wild pitch there. And just pinch hitting for number 12. Again, that was number 16, Savannah Bryant, pinch hitting for Barnes. Barnes makes to first. Got a runner at first and second. Off of the wild pitch. Ball out for ball number 1. Just to recap who's on base, we have Davis at second, Barnes at first, after a pinch hitter was hitting her in. Here we go to the left-handed box. And thank God it did not hit anybody back there on the hill, as that ball goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Turning the card over in the top of the 4th. Foster's up now. Left-handed boxer, righty-lefty matchup in store for Taylor. Here we go. In the dirt. Brings the count to 2-1 and 1 out on the board. 11-1 Point is your score. Top of the fourth inning. Here comes the next pitch. And a catch in foul territory from Macy Martin, the third baseman. That gets Foster out, so a big F6 in the books. F5 in the books. Coming up next, Riley, the designated player. That one goes too low for ball number 1. Stepping back to the circle. Taylor assumes the position. Winds it, brings it, and pitch goes wild again. Martin could not get to her in time. And Martin slow to get up. Time is being called. So while we take this timeout, the score 11-1 on the wild pitch. I hope she's all right. We'll be back in just a little bit while this situation is unfolding here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back. Macy Martin gets up. As Macy Martin walks off, probably a shoulder issue. I'm not sure what's going on, but we have a substitution coming in. Number 37 for Bluefield comes in. Kenzie Lambert being joined also. We are praying for Macy Martin that she heals quickly. Plays very well at third base. So, just to recap here, it's 11-1 Point. There was a wild pitch. The count remains at 2-0. There's 2 outs on the board. It's top of the fourth inning. And the batter up is still the designated player in Riley. As she comes back out, swinging the bat. .37 coming in for 10. We have some substitutions. Number 37 coming in for Macy Martin. I do not have number 37 on my roster. Hannah Cummings. Hannah Cummings, the junior from Sanford, North Carolina, coming in for first base, rather. Lambert is now going to be at third base. So Lambert goes from first to third. Cummings comes in for Martin at first. As that one goes down and out for ball number 3. Let's play ball is what the umpire says as we get reset. Runners on second and third. And ball number 4, bases loaded. Off the base on balls. Riley's at first. At second is Davis. At first is Barnes. Coming up next, Liner. A big swing and a miss. Bases are loaded. Check swing holds up for her, according to the umpire, so it's a 1-0. As that one sails out. 1 ball, 1 strike. The scoreboard operator error has precluded, but there's an out. And with that, the third out on the board. The third on the board as we were working things out up here in the booth. With that third out for Liner, the out at first. Cummings doing a good job at getting that base covered. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Rams, or the top of the 5th. No, we're still in the 4th inning. Seems like this 4th inning has took a long time. So we'll be at the bottom of the 4th when we come back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back to Graham Recreational Park, where the Bluefield University Rams are trailing by 10 to the Point University Skyhawks. It's bottom of the 4th inning, getting ready to go underway here.
We move to the 4th inning. Now batting catcher
Peanut Bailey is coming up to bat. She plays at second base. Ham makes her way to the circle. She pitches. And that one's going to be foul ball to the hill. Anybody that spectates on the hill always needs to watch out. A ball can be flying at them anytime. As now the count goes 0-1. It's bottom of the 4th inning. Point University up by 10. Grounder goes out. And a base hit is in store for Peanut Bailey. Coming up next, designated player Brooke Rowe. Got a runner on first in Bailey. It's 11-1 Point. Top of the 4th, here comes. And a double play brings already 2 outs after a catch was made by the third baseman. And then the runner at first in Bailey gets out at second. Well, that's a real big mouthful. On a double play, 2 outs on the board. And a strike down Maine. 0-1 to count, 2 outs on the board. Bottom of the 4th. 11-1 is your score. Point University is in the lead. Nobody on. And high for ball number 1, Brooke Rowe. Or excuse me, Brooke Taylor got out. Brooke Rowe got out. Thank you. Hannah Taylor up to bat. Hannah Taylor, the pitcher for Bluefield, up to bat as that one goes high. 2-1, 2 outs on the board. Bottom of the fourth. And that's going to be foul tip. Deuces are wild here at Graham Recreational Park. It's bottom of the fourth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 11-1 point. Bottom of the fourth, nobody on after a double play. And that one's going to be inside, bringing the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here we go. Grounder. Third base, throws out to first, and an out. Quick half of the inning is already retiring the side. So when we come back, after that connection made to the first baseman, we will break, and we'll be back with the top of the 5th inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning, getting ready to get underway here at Graham Recreational Park. Just as a friendly reminder, as you all know, in the NAIA rules for softball, the mercy rule applies after 5 innings when one team is up by 8 runs. So Bluefield needs to really get this defensive stand going and score more to stay in the contest, as this could be it. Point up to bat. And that's going to be no balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Jones up to bat. Swing and a miss again. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. It's top of the 5th inning. Point leads by 10. Taylor brings it forward. High for ball number 1. 1-2, no outs. Top of the 5th. Point is up by 10. And they are at bat right now. Taylor brings it forward. And a big swing and a miss for a backwards K. Strike out. Coming up next, Wyatt. Kayla Wyatt batting for point. 1 out. And it's down low for ball number 1. 1 out on the board. 11-1 point. Nobody on. Here we go. Popper goes foul. Is it going to be caught? No, it won't. Brings a count to 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The aces are wild, I guess is what you would say there. (11-1), top of the 5th. Swung on, and that one's going to go out of the park. Left field couldn't even get to it. RBI for herself in Wyatt after also scoring an RBI earlier on in the contest. The score now improves .12, Bluefield 1.
Now batting, Taylor Knight.
Taylor Knight coming up to bat now, the first baseman.
Correction, we have a pinch hitter, pinch hitting Alyssa Lark.
Lark is pinch hitting for Knight this time around, according to our PA guy. Lark coming up to bat. Taylor comes to the circle, winds it up, throws, and down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out on the board. 12-1 is the score. After the RBI bringing herself home in Wyatt, as that one is outside for ball 2. 1 out. Top of the 5th, 12-1. Bluefield trails by 11. Nobody on. And that one goes a little out for ball 3. Lark assumes position again, gets in stance. Next pitch, and in there for a strike. 1 out. 3 balls, 1 strike. 12-1 point, top of the 5th. Here we go. And lopsided bat goes foul. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Hannah Lark up to bat. Here comes a dish. Once again, foul ball past the first base line. The count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out on the board, nobody on. Top of the 5th. It's 12-1 point. Lark comes back into the box. Bats up. Taylor. Dish. And ball 4, take your base. As Parker goes to first, Lark goes to first. Missed it by a line there. Re-enter 26. So pinch hitting Lark. Knight comes back in and is now the runner at first. Coming up, Davis. Here it comes. High ball, breaking ball. Ball number 1. 1 out, 1-0. 12-1 is the score. Point is in the lead, and they are at bat. Runner on first. And a strike down Broadway. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th. Here comes the next pitch. And it goes foul. Down across the fence. Down in the count now. 1-2. 1 out. Runner on first. It's top of the 5th. Point University is up by 11. Parker's up to bat. Gets in stance. Here comes the dish. And that's also going to be a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 5th. 12-1 is the score. Runner on first. Here we go. And that also brings it now to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes after a little outside from Taylor. Taylor brings it in now. Grounder. Taylor throws to first, and Cummings gets her out. Off of the 1-3 play. Pildner coming up to bat now for point, as the sun is starting to shine in my eye. Feels very good after a windy day and the wind dying down here. Of course, I don't want to jinx myself. Here comes a pitch in the dirt. Wild. Going to third. Runner now on third. Knight is now at third. After a little bit of a mishap in the catching there. Pildner gets in stance. Here we go. Grounder, short, throws out to first, and an out. And that retires the side. So on that 6-3 play, we'll be back in a few moments to give you the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th getting ready. Rams are in trouble. They need to score, or else this game is over, as the mercy rule would apply. As Cox is now coming in to bat for the bottom of the 5th inning. Ham dons the mask, dusts the ball off, comes to the circle, adjusts the mask. And now she comes up. Here comes a dish, and that one goes foul. No balls, 1 strike, no outs, bottom of the 5th. Rams are trailing by 11. In order not to mercy rule it, they need to be within 7. Here we go. High for ball number 1. Top of the 5th. Nobody on. Here comes the 1-1. And another ball brings the count to 2-1. It's the bottom of the 5th inning here. Nobody on. 12-1 point. And the ball goes low for ball 3. 3-1 the count, 12-1 the score. Point is up by 11. And that's a strike down the middle. Brings the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. And ball will go foul. Ball will go foul. So with that, count remains 3-2. Cox, who had a little bit of pitching experience in the first game, up to bat. playing at left field. Here comes a pitch. And that's inside for ball 4. Base on balls going to Cox. Which means now we have a runner on first. 12-1 the score, point in the lead. Coming up next, I believe that's Hicks. As the ball rolls in the dirt, wild pitch. Gives Cox second base. Runner on second, 12-1 to score. 1 ball, no strikes. And inside for ball 2 as Hicks steps out of the box for a moment, collects her thoughts, gets back in. Here we go. Grounder, short, throws out to first, and an out. Double play does not stand. So with that, Cox now at third, looking to come home. Santana coming up to bat. The center fielder, who always makes some very impressive catches for the Bluefield team. And here we go. Next pitch. Grounder goes past a pitcher, and Cox comes in home, improving the score 12-2 off the base hit RBI from Santana. Bluefield now trails by 10. 1 out on the board. Bottom of the 5th, Sanchez up to bat for Bluefield. Runner on first. Here we go. And a strike. And will it stand? And it's safe. According to the umpire, stolen base from Santana. Trying to be a little sly. And it sure does work. Though the count, coming back to present matters at hand, 0-1 the count for Sanchez. 1 out on the board. 12-2. Bluefield trails by 10. They're up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. If they can get within 7, this game will not have the mercy rule, as that one bats past to the barn for a foul ball. Making us laugh up here in the booth here. Always is fun to call baseball, as it's an 0-2 count. Down in the count, Santana on second. Here we go. Pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike out. Brings 2 outs. Coming up next is Kenzie Lambert, who has played at third base and first base this afternoon. 1 more out, and this game is over. And that'll be a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Santana on second base. Kenzie Lambert up to bat. She gets in stance. Ham clasps, gets it, throws. And it's 1-1. As that ball went a little too high. 2 outs on the board. 12-2. The Point University Skyhawks are up by 10. Inside, ball number 2. 2 outs. 1 more out seals the deal for the game and the doubleheader for today. As it is presumptive that Point University will come away with their 6th straight win. And down the middle for strike 2. Deuces are wild. Ball 2, strike 2, and out 2 are on the board. It's bottom of the 5th. 12-2 is your score. Point is in the lead. Santana's at second. Here we go. And ball rolling in the dirt. brings it to a full count. 3-2 and 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Santana still remains at second. Here we go. Grounder out into the outfield. Will she come in to score? Yes, she will. Santana. An RBI single for Lambert brings Santana home. It's now a 12-3 ball game. Looks like we're going to have some more substitutions and personnel changes coming up. 14 is coming in for number 37, so Cummings will get subbed with Taylor Nunn, who's made some pitching appearances in the season. Taylor Nunn gets in stance. Here comes. And the ball goes foul. All the way to the field houses out there. No balls, 1 strike. Bluefield down by 9 after a RBI single brings Santana home from Lambert. And the ball is fair, chopped out, and she will get a base hit. Went all the way to left field. Left fielder couldn't catch. Cummings. Nunn is on first base now. Kenzie Lambert on second. Looks like we got a circle visit and conference as 1 for 6. Looks like that we're going to have another pitching change. As for 2 2/3 innings, Ham has pitched. We're now bringing in number 1. Giles is coming back in after being relieved by Ham after the 3rd inning. So she makes her reappearance today. Let's recap a little bit. First and second base are occupied. Giles now comes back in after being out for a couple innings and 2/3. And now we have Bailey in the left-handed box. Here we go. Ball down low for 1-0. Two outs, 1-0. Bottom of the 5th. Bluefield trails by 9. Here we go. Swung on, misses the pitcher's glove, and the bases are loaded. And that's a hit. Bailey comes up to first. Nunn goes to second. Lambert goes to third. Now, Brooke Rowe has a big task at hand. Can she bring him home? Can she get a grand slam? We will see. Here we go. And down the middle for strike 1. Bases are loaded. 12-3 your score point. Bluefield is threatening. 2 outs on the board. 1 more out at any time can seal this game, as they are down by 9, and mercy rule says by 8, as that one goes foul. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 more strike, whether it be swinging or while looking, and that's an out, unfortunately. Here comes the next pitch. Grounder goes out. And a base hit. RBI coming home. Lambert comes home. The revolving doors, as I like to call them, because everybody just went up a base. That means Nunn's at first, Bailey's at second, and Rowe an RBI single for the day. Taylor coming up. 12-4. Bluefield is now within 8. 2 outs on the board. Here we go. And goes to the backstop. Whoa, it hit the roof. Brace for impact as someone in the booth about had a heart attack. Base is still loaded. RBI for Rowe, bringing home Kenzie Lambert. Bluefield's within 8. If they can score another run, that means this game will go on as Taylor comes up. Swung on. Is it caught? And oh no, it's caught. It is caught. An F8, it was caught. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. Rams lose their second game in the doubleheader, 12-4. Just as a reminder, if you would like to tune into men's volleyball, we also have that going on at this time. So if you can tune in, Jackson Bast and Kirsten Palmboss on the call for that one. So just to recap, final score, 12-4 in a nail-biting, what could have been, an extended game. But Bluefield from the front, not doing too well in runs. So with that, Bluefield comes away losing both of these contests today in the doubleheader, and that also means that the Point University Skyhawks will improve to 6 straight wins, a 6-win streak. So with that, we thank you all for tuning in to Rams softball, where again the final score 12-4, and the first game the score was 12-1. From Ethan Stinson and everybody up here in the booth, Bob Red and all the helpers that have helped to make these games possible today, we thank you. Take it easy, Rams fans, and we hope to see you tomorrow. And remember, tune into men's volleyball going on right now on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Take it easy, Rams fans.